Coming up on Bulldog News Now, passports anyone? SC State students are one step closer to traveling abroad.
Plus, the country is still reacting to having a new president in 2025. We have a student reaction to the election next.
And with the election news being on the minds of so many people, anxiety is high. We talk with a counselor to get tips on how to stay calm. BNN starts right now. Welcome to Bulldog News Now. I'm Sean Travis Holden.
And I'm Summer Gray. We start this newscast with our top story.
Donald Trump, the soon-to-be 47th president of the United States, is working fast to fill his administration in January. He can hit the ground running. While Republicans and Democrats are okay with some of his picks, some of the other names that Trump is naming have Republicans and others doing a double take.
Some of those people include Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, Pete Hegseth for Defense Secretary, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for Department of Health and Human Services. The U.S. Senate will vote on who is in Trump's administration.
Students are wondering how a Trump administration will impact their lives. BNN's Taylor Ames Alexander asked some students their thoughts on a new president. Here's what she found out.
What's up, Bulldog Nation? I'm Taylor Ames Alexander, and welcome to Broadcast Journalism. This week we have an exciting episode for you. We are going to explore SC State students' thoughts on the election first, and then we're going to get into what about Trump's policies will directly affect them. Let's get into it.
I feel like the election wasn't very thought out by voters. I feel like voters just saw Kamala Harris as a woman and didn't really think about her political career, what she could really bring to the table, and just saw her as an enemy instead of an actual person.
The election results are a little disappointing, seeing as having a black woman in the office would have been really cool and really historic for America. I think it's sad.
I'm not too happy about them.
What he claims to be very pro-life, but we're not doing anything to help the thousands, millions of children in the foster care system, do anything to get a handle on gun laws, which kill thousands, millions of people every single year, every single month, especially in school shootings.
Obviously, students here at SC State was very disappointed, very sad in Kamala Harris losing. Now, I asked them, what about Trump's policies will directly affect them, and how do they feel about that?
One thing on 2025 that really directly affects me is shutting down the Department of Education. I won't be able to go to school without the Department of Education, and I'm planning on applying to grad school. My sister is trying to apply to college right now, and that just really sucks for my family and countless other families across the country as well.
As a college student, definitely if he does anything with the Department of Education and FAFSA and stuff, because college is expensive.
Well, as a woman, reproductively, with abortion and all of that, I think we're gonna have to be a lot more careful.
Thank you for tuning in to this show, and I'm Taylor Ames Alexander signing out.
Donald Trump will take office after his inauguration on January 20, 2025 at the U.S. Capitol.
Now to a monkey story. Only 8 monkeys remain on the loose after 43 escaped from a South Carolina medical research lab. The lab called Alpha Genesis Primary Research Center is located in Beaufort County. The faculty breeds the monkeys to sell to medical facilities and other researchers.
An investigation is still underway on how the monkeys escaped. Currently, they pose no threat to public health.
Thursday was Passport Day here at SC State. Students, faculty, and members of the Orangeburg community were able to get their passports renewed or receive them for the first time.
Hello, my name is Dr. Larry Luke. I'm the Director of the Office of Global Engagement. Today, November 14th, 2024, we held a passport fair supported by the agents from the Charleston Passport Center. They come every year during our International Awareness Month. The president offered to pay for 200 passports. We had over 200 people, including members of the public, here today applying for passports or renewing their passports, and it was a very successful event.
Supply chain issues don't just affect businesses, they also create issues for the government. BNN Faith Davis has more.
Military bases matter for soldiers' well-being and performance. Ensuring comfort, shelter, and supplies remain a challenge. This story examines how the military tackles their issues. Supply chain disruptions are delaying maintenance and repairs, impacting military readiness. We take a look at how these delays are affecting operations. Here is the supply manager, Maurice.
items being obsolete due to the techs coming in contact with the older buildings that we have on the base, and back-ordered items. It's that time of season where a lot of people are putting in similar items or requests for those items. So those would be those challenges that we're facing currently. To identify where we're negligent or our troubled areas within our supply chain ordering systems and improve on those systems to where ordering, receiving, and issuing to our techs is as easy and fluid as possible.
Maurice states that maintenance support is crucial for mission success and soldier morale. Equipment delays can lead to frustration and lower readiness.
To all residents and workers on Fort Jackson, I would like to say from the supply shop and from myself, we thank you for working with DSC EMI Material Solutions, and we appreciate your patience and just the ability to work for you, with you, and everything in that nature.
The 2024 election is over, but that hasn't stopped the calls from the mental health needs. Several communities are dealing with high stress and uncertainty.
BNN reached out to SC State's Counseling Center to get some tips on working through post-election anxiety.
Hey everyone, my name is Christian Jackson, your Director of Counseling and Self-Development here. Some of you may call me CJ, in fact most of you do. And when you come in here and you say, hey CJ, I just need a moment. Recently it's been about the election results. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you about post-election 2024 tips for your mental health, because no matter how you voted, we have all gone through a really tough time together, very stressful, lots of things leading up to the election and now after, especially because a lot of us have directly associated the events of the election and the results of the election to just negative things. And so what I want us to remember is that you have control over things that you don't even realize. A lot of you came here and you voted for the first time and you shared your first voter stories, and that was really uplifting, and then afterwards you just felt so discouraged. And so my first tip is to know exactly what it is your body and mind are doing in this moment that are directly triggered by the post-election results, right? So some of you have talked about a shortness of breath, right? Your anxiety symptoms are higher. They have probably shown up for the very first time that you've noticed. And so go into what you're telling yourself about the results as well, so that you can start to try to challenge those thoughts. It may be something like, the world is over. I'm never going to be able to do this. My rights or my voice don't matter. Those things are not necessarily true. And in fact, it's something that will hopefully empower you to go make different changes in your community. So if you don't like the way something is going, where can you find that control? Such as remembering that in 2 years, you can vote again, right? So if you don't like the way things are going on now, figure out what's happening in your communities. Think about the issues that you want your voices to be heard on, and teach your body that you are still in control, even though there's a chaos, right? Kind of like the eye in the storm type of thing. Know your resources. That's my next tip, right? So we are here at the Counseling Center. Brooks Health Center is where we are located, right next to it. We share a whole building. You guys have taken so much great advantage of our services here. Myself and my 3 clinicians, you know how to find us. If you don't already know, then please check us out here in the Counseling Center so we can talk about how to engage in self-care, and we can talk about what you're lacking, what you need. We can strategize about what that looks like. Therapy may not be for everybody, but mental health support is for everyone, right? So that looks like different things. You can come in here and customize a plan. It needs to look like how you want to, which again, brings us back to that control. So those are just a few helpful tips. If you guys want to know more about how you can gain more control after such a huge election and all the different issues that were coming up, then hit us up on our page. Follow us at SCSU Counseling Center. And if you want to pull something together more for the student body and continue these discussions, let us know.
SC State's football team is red hot. On Saturday, they rolled over Howard University 38-14. And on this Saturday, they are on the road to Morgan State. The last home game of the season is on November 23rd against Norfolk State.
The university has named Ted Cruz as the Winter 2024 commencement speaker. The ceremony is happening on Thursday, December 12th at 10 a.m. in the Smith Hammond Middleton Memorial Center. Cruz is a 1999 graduate of SC State and works as an NFL executive.
Hello, my name is Jada Sanders. I'm here with your 7-day Orangeburg forecast. Friday, the sun will be out with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 44. On Saturday, it will be a high of 69 degrees with a low of 42 degrees. Sunday will be partly cloudy with high temperatures of 71 and a low temperature of 44. Bringing in the work week on Monday, it will be a high of 73 degrees and a low of 50. On Tuesday, there will be a 50% chance of rain and a temperature of 74 degrees with a low of 60. Wednesday brings in a high of 75 degrees and a low of 51. And on Thursday, it gets colder, temperatures of 66 degrees and a low of 40. And this has been Jada Sanders with your 7-day forecast. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I always say basketball is my first love, and when I got done playing basketball overseas, I knew I wanted to stay involved with it. So I took a high school job, and they said in order for me to work, I had to coach the JV team, and that began my coaching career. I went from there to junior college, and then to Kansas State for 1 year, West Virginia University for 16 years, and I'm in my 3rd year here at South Carolina State.
SC State's men's basketball is off to a great start this year. Let's step back and get to know the brains behind Coach Eric Martin. He's a native of California and has plenty of passion for the sport.
Being able to influence these guys' lives before they head out into the real world. Everybody thinks they're going to play pro basketball, whether it be in the NBA or overseas, and it's really not that easy. So I try to impress on them that you have to take care of your academics.
Coach Martin says the game of basketball has changed tremendously since he first started playing.
We didn't have three-pointers, so they had centers. Most of the really great teams in the NBA and college had centers, so you played the game inside out. Nowadays, the three-point shot has taken over, and I think that really came from Europeans, the Europe style of play, where it's really not a big guy. You got 5 guys out, you have penetrating pitch and kick for threes.
So what does Coach Martin expect out of the 2024 season?
Well, we got 8 veteran players coming back, so I got a group that kind of knows what I want and know what's expected of them. We also have players who know what the MEAC has to offer. And our team goal is to win the MEAC.
The men's team plays in Jacksonville at Daytona Beach before starting the Alabama A&M tournament in Huntsville, Alabama. I'm Jared Kirksey, and that's your BNN Sports Report.
Amazon is rolling out a new place to do holiday shopping. Amazon Haul is the new site to compete with Shein and Temu.
The site will have items for less and a possibly larger shipping time. So, Summer, would you do some new shopping on this site?
I actually plan to. I don't know how I feel about the longer shipping time, though. I feel like my Prime should kind of carry over into that, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. What about you?
I don't know. I'm gonna try it for a little bit. I'm gonna get some gifts for my people, but we're gonna see.
We're gonna try it out.
We're gonna try it out.
Well, guys, that's all we have for you guys today. I'm Summer Gray.
I'm Sean Travis Holt, and I hope y'all have a great weekend.